Hey guys, so today I want to do a quick little comparison here between the Sony Xperia E1 and the Galaxy Core Plus. So these two devices are pretty similar in a lot of different areas, but still they have some differences here that I want to go over. First of all, that we can see here is that we do get a bigger display on the Core Plus versus the Sony Xperia E1. So when we put them side by side here, you can see that there is a difference. This one has a 4-inch display versus this one, the Core Plus, which basically has a 4.3-inch display. So actually when you hold it in your hand, let's see here, when you hold this one in your hand, it's going to be a little bit bigger, as you can see. This is how it looks. Still very nice setup here. But you can also see here the back. We're nice rounded off here, so it feels extremely good in hand. The Sony Xperia E1, which is having a little bit more of a harder design, still like plastic, but not as rounded here. But it's even smaller, as I said there, 4 inches, and the power button is down a little bit lower, so you have to do it like in the middle. It would be probably a little bit more comfortable if it was up here, but here we have the volume keys up here. But definitely a little bit easier here to reach the top of the device. So this one you have to stretch a little bit more. Speaking about the displays here, we can check out the displays. Yeah, here we have the volume keys on this side. I rather prefer that setup than having the power button key a little bit lower and then these keys. But speaking about the display here, 480x800 resolution on both, so it's going to be a little bit higher pixel density on the Sony Xperia E1. But personally, when I look at these displays, the one that attracts me the most is definitely the Samsung display here, which definitely looks a little bit more interesting, I would say, a little bit more vibrant in colors, I think, personally. Versus this one, which has a little bit more of a, I would say, boring display. It doesn't look as good from the sides versus the Core Plus, which seems to be holding up a little bit better. Also, what's pretty interesting, both these have a 1.2 GHz dual core processor. I don't know exactly which version it is inside of the Core Plus, because it didn't say, but it's a dual core Cortex A7 here with, I think, Snapdragon 200 inside of the Sony Xperia E1, and this one has used 1.2 GHz dual core random chipset. I don't really know, but if you go in here also to about device, we can also see pretty interesting thing here, and that is that you do get a newer version here of Android on the little Sony Xperia E1. Here you get 4.3 Jelly Bean, and here 4.2. I don't think this one is going to get the latest KitKat update, or this one, because they're just low-end devices. You also have a Adreno 303 GPU here, which is pretty okay actually for some like GT racing. I haven't actually tried some games on this one. I probably will do. Then we also have this interesting aspect here of 1800 milliamps inside of this one versus 1700 milliamps inside of this one. I mean, it's pretty much almost the same. Here, though, this is something that might interest you, is that you do get a 5 megapixel camera on the Core Plus versus only a 3 megapixel camera on the Sony Xperia E1. The Sony Xperia E1 probably is a phone that focuses a little bit more on music because of the huge speaker here on the back. It actually plays a little bit worse than, I would say, the Note 3, but then again, Note 3 is a high-end device, but pretty okay sound here, and yeah, that could be interesting. So I might do more videos with these devices if people are interested in maybe some gamings. Of course, I can't play the latest high-end games with these two. This one is still also, of course, in plastic. You have a cool like Walkman button up here at the top. You also have an LED flash thing down here, which I did take a look at in my first look video, which is also pretty awesome. But the camera is a little bit low. Of course, we have Sony's own skin here. This is weird. Oh, wait a sec, there we go. But yeah, 3 megapixel camera only, and I don't even think you can focus yourself. Yeah, it's really, really weird. I'm trying to tap to focus, but I can't. That just feels super weird and random. Maybe I have to do this one. No. The camera is just weird in this phone. I'm not really sure how they were thinking, but yeah, first look comparison here between the Core Plus and the Sony Xperia E1.